I was just on YouTube. I was live for 1 hour on YouTube, and I wanted to do a little bit of the podcast, and we're going to talk about a lot of the same stuff over here too, plus more, and it'll be a little bit of what we just talked about because I'm a Twitch streamer before I'm a YouTube streamer. YouTube only gets a little bit of what I have. And yes, we'll talk about religion. We're going to talk about space. We're going to talk about science. We're going to talk about COVID. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. All right. I don't want to get in trouble, but I wanted to play this song because I really like it. I think it's kind of catchy. It is a little catchy. Obviously, I don't want to get in trouble right there. I just wanted to show you guys. If you have not seen this song, I highly recommend that you watch the video. I think it's pretty good, and I think they did a great job here. I've actually listened to a lot of 6ix9ine's songs, and to be honest, I say this guy go to prison for abuse of trust. I don't know what he went to prison for. I know that he took a lot of flack for being a snitch. Right? There's that famous meme where he's got his hand up and he's trying to tell the judge, but so and so, Europe, what's going on? What is happening? Welcome to the stream. So, he's back, and then he does this song, and I actually think that they knocked it out of the ballpark. I watched a bunch of reaction videos on this, and I'm reacting to them. This one white rapper, he was just hating so hard. It almost looked like he was taking it personal. I'll be honest. He was kind of like reacting to it kind of like a bitch a little bit. Just a little bit. And but there was a lot of other reactors on YouTube that I think were absolutely nailing this. I think it's good. He went to court having relations with a girl under 18. He had to snitch for less time. All right, hold on 1 second. Let's get smart on 6ix9ine. Let's see. 6ix9ine jail. That should give us something, right? Let's see. Tekashi 6ix9ine. All right, from the BBC. All right, that's a respectable one. Let's see. There he is. 2 years for crimes he carried out while he was a member of a violent gang. He pleaded guilty to racketeering and other offenses. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything about a relationship with an underage, and we got to be very careful how we label people like that. The biggest reason, too, is because too many people like to jump to that whole pedophilia thing. Like, man, he was banging underage girls. Like, let's not say that. Let's not say that because, man, that is like one of the worst things you could say about somebody right now. So no, right here, it was due to gang activities. I mean, unless you have something else, maybe you're talking about a different one. I don't know. Because the easiest thing today is label celebrities as pedophiles and rapists and ruin their career. Dude, you can ruin somebody's career like that. Like it's too easy, man. And this is why I take a second when somebody says, like, hey, didn't he bang 13-year-olds? Like, whoa. Let's see if we can validate that claim, right? Because it's too easy. Like, people deserve to have facts provided. You know what I mean? They lose sponsors and it's, oh yeah, man, because cancel culture is real. Cancel culture is super real, and it's very unfortunate. But no, he went to jail because of gang activities. Had nothing to do with underage people. Just so everybody's aware. I don't want anybody like thinking, this. So just clearing the air. Let's see. What is this? Little Big Boy. We're just talking about 6ix9ine, the rapper. I was just showing off his latest, where is it? Right here. His latest single here, Trolls, with Nicki Minaj. I'm just trying to give you guys my opinion on it. He was sentenced to probation. That's not bad. And he's out here. Look, he's doing his thing and people are eating it up. But look at this video. 5 million likes. And almost 1 million dislikes. I'm actually surprised there's that many dislikes. I think he did a great job. Wait, whoa. What is that? No, the emo. What is that? Bits reward channel stream with pride. Oh, it's the new pride emote. Nice, dude. I've never seen it before. That's pretty cool. Where'd you get it? Did Twitch just give that to you? Was that a Twitch thing? He got dissed on his Instagram live after he got out of jail. To be expected. When you turn on your gang, yeah, man, you're pretty much inviting death. Some gangs are huge. I don't know what gang he was in. Was he in like Latin Kings or something? Hold on, does this say? Racketeering. He testified. Okay, 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. I've never heard of them. But I would imagine that they have some reach, and they're probably going to make his life a living hell as much as they can. I'm not familiar with that gang at all. Hey, and something to keep in mind. So on the podcast, I know when I'm gaming, I typically play music, but on the podcast I won't, because I can't separate the music from the video. And I'm going to take clips of this and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Like whatever, like we really get into a good, like if we get into like a good 10-minute riff, then I want to put it on YouTube. I remember watching a video on a policeman stopping a gang member. His gang was sworn to kill any policeman that stopped them. So we got into a firefight and the cop dumped. And it was still standing. Dude. Have you guys ever seen the Marine that basically took on a police? Hold on. It was in California. Marine cop standoff. That's actually a good topic. No. Firefight. If I can bring this up, we'll talk about it today. It's this one right here. Oh, no. Wait. Hold on one second. Where was this? All right. Man, I wish I need the actual article. He was a gang member too. Is this it? Hold on one second. This is not it. All right, this isn't it. I'll have to. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that first, actually, before we get into this. Let me see. So, one problem that we had in the military, even when I served, was not so much in the Air Force, because in the Air Force we don't do a lot of like hand-to-hand combat and stuff like that. We don't do a whole lot of weapons trainings. We do have like. We do have special forces. We have what we call combat controllers. We certainly have combat weather. We have different special forces for our needs. But gang members were joining the Marine Corps and the Army, specifically the Marine Corps, to get hand combat training, weapon training. Like, they were being trained in the Marine Corps. And so gangs were putting their members in. They would come out, and these guys would be just amazing marksmen. They knew how to, they knew how to move. They knew how to shoot. They were soldiers. They were Marines, right? And one night in California, it was probably LA or whatever, one of these highly trained dudes, like, went and robbed a convenience store or something. And I believe he was actually wearing, like, bulletproof vest and armor and stuff like that. And he took on something to the tune of, like, 20, 30 police officers and killed a bunch of them. Like this was like he had decimated. By the way, decimated means 1/10. He had basically decimated like a police force because of his training. They weren't ready for somebody that was trained at that level. And so to that, I will say I do believe in certain types of police response forces like SWAT. I don't think every police force needs a SWAT team, but I do believe in some cases, not very many, because this doesn't happen very much, right? Like guys like this, they don't exist in like a plethora of groups. You know what I mean? So anyway, this guy, he knew his weapon, he knew how to shoot, he knew how to move, low crawl, he knew how to do everything. And the police weren't ready for that response. It was pretty crazy, actually, when I was reading about that. But that was a long time ago. I feel like that was like 5 years ago. I just don't know where the article is to prove my case, is what I mean. How's everybody today? Is everybody doing well? I hope so. The goal here is to go in on a few topics. We'll riff for a little while. I'd love to talk about anything that you guys would like to discuss in particular. I think that we have a good opportunity here to have a nice discussion. Whether we do or not, that's a different story, right? I think I probably lost everybody so far. Yeah, pretty much everybody. That's all right, though. That is all right. Before we get going here, I'm still a small streamer, so I do want chat engagement, right? I've watched a lot of big streamers, and they do this, and their chat is just flying, and they don't engage. I would like to engage. I mean, until I can't do it, I still want to. I like to have a back and forth. So if you have any inputs on the things that I'm saying or anything like that, please feel free to jump in. If you want to offer a different point of view or, just mention something, feel free. I'm not going to read every single message. I will read the ones that will add to the conversation and all of that. And when I get into these, I'm setting the ground rules is basically what I'm doing right now. When I get into these stories and I'm like knee deep, I'm not going to pause and thank somebody for their follow or their subscription until after. Once I'm done, I'll go through and I'll catch up. Because I don't want to stop the flow when good things are coming out. You know what I mean? Like, don't turn the faucet off, I'm still thirsty kind of thing. Also, I'm drinking Bigelow tea, Lemon Lust. I love the flavor of lemon. I'm a sucker for it, so I drink this a lot. But that's the tea that we're having today, and it's called Lemon Lift. This one's the decaf version, but I'm drinking the one with caffeine. Let's see. Can you not see it? Oof. Damn. It's taking the yellow. This whole thing that's black is actually supposed to be yellow. Why is that? Oh, it's because it's green. It has a little bit of green right there. It's green. Only right here. Right here it's green, so it just decided it's all green. Damn. That's crazy. That green screen really works. Anyway, it's called Lemon Lift from Bigelow, and I think it's perfect. It gives you just the right amount of lemon. Anyway. Before we jump in, how is everybody? Is everybody good? Lil Big Boy was with me over at YouTube, so he got to see some of this beforehand. I want you guys to know that I'm not supposed to be streaming today. Today, I should be doing something else. But I wanted to play with the stream a little bit on YouTube. I wanted to kind of talk about some of these things, and I kind of want to hang out with you guys. So I hope you understand this may not be a normal thing. but we'll see. We'll find out. How about that? All right. Let's talk about what makes our world bad. Our first story is going to be ads. The way we're marketed to. Now, this one's from New York Times. I'm not going to read these articles to you guys. I just want to put them up here for a reference, okay? I have cancer. Now my Facebook feed is full of alternative care. And let me just be clear and define alternative care right up front. Alternative care is medicine that doesn't work. It's an alternative to functional medicine. It is an alternative to professional elixirs, right? These are your moms and your grandmas telling you that the mint leaf stems will cure bunions. It is. It's snake oils, to say the least. I just want... Oh, hold on one second. Hold on. We got a situation here, a cat situation. Come here, dude. Go. Okay. All right. Sometimes the cat really wants to go in the basement. So I just want to make sure that we are identifying what an alternative care means. Instead of going to the hospital to have a baby, you're going to have a midwife. Now, it's still effective, but it is an alternative care with much more risk, right? If you have a baby at home, you're more likely to be, have an infection or, be in a non-sanitary environment, right? You're not going to have access to all the equipment in a hospital. It's alternative care. It is less than ideal. How about that? There's probably plenty of definitions I could give you. But what scares me is the seriousness of it. Now, for those of you guys that follow me, you've heard me, mention that I lost my dad to cancer. And he went to the best hospital in Boston to get his treatment. He didn't collect seashells at the beach and grind them up and put them in pill form and eat them and hope to get... He didn't pray it away. He didn't do anything. He sought out real medical care. But listen, I've never had a terminal disease. Obviously, I'm still here. But if I did, and it wasn't smart enough, I'll give you an example. In Florida, during the coronavirus, last week or the week before, there was a pastor and his son trying to peddle Clorox bleach as a cure to coronavirus. Luckily, they were arrested, but God knows how many people they hurt, right? And they were creating an alternative care. Well, the problem with this is now it's an ad form. Instead of people having to knock on your door or give you spammy emails, there's plenty of red flags there. But now you're on Facebook, you're scrolling through. They know you have cancer because you've talked about it. Maybe you made a post on your Facebook page. Maybe you were on Amazon, looking up, books on cancer and maybe support books or something like that. Maybe you got a diagnosis of cancer, that day, and you're a mess. You just want to survive. Maybe you're a new mom or dad and you just want to live for your kid, right? Whatever your emotional state is, right? You're a wreck. Everything is riding on this. You go to Facebook, you're scrolling through and you try to figure out how you tell everybody that you got cancer, right? Maybe you need all the support you can get, so you want people to know, hey, just so all my friends and family know, it's probably not the best way to tell you, but I was diagnosed with cancer today. But while you're scrolling through, all on the sidebar, all you see is, rhino horns has rhino horn dust for sale, cures cancer. And then every other bad iteration of that going down. Facebook's not vetting these. I can literally go to Facebook right now and fire up an ad for almost anything like that. They're not vetting these. They're taking money in. It's one of those things where they're preying on very vulnerable people. And unfortunately, it's not good. It's not good for anybody. And I think this is something we need to take more serious because our privacy has been eroding. And I feel like the EU has taken a pretty good approach trying to, come in and actually, try to take care of people, right? Try to get companies from selling so much data, trying to get companies to do the right thing instead of it just being profit over people. It's just one of those things that you would expect more out of. And here in the US, we're a very capitalistic kind of country, and we absolutely do profit over people. You need to buy your hospital bed. You need to... There's like so much that you need to do to survive here. And the last thing that you need is ads for bullshit. For shit that doesn't even work. And I use ad block on Facebook, so I don't have to see it, but I know that it's there. I'm sure it's there, and I'm interested to see where this goes. Now, this was just a couple days ago, but yeah, I mean, I didn't think anybody bought stuff off of Facebook, but here we are. Actually, I didn't know that Facebook sold stuff, or you could buy stuff from Facebook hold on, let me rephrase that. I didn't know people would be willing to buy things from Facebook ads until I came back home and my brother was showing me that some stuff he bought off of Facebook, and I was like, whoa, you gave them your credit card? What's going on there? And yeah, he's the only person I ever met that actually bought things off of Facebook, but it is possible that one of your loved ones could easily be duped into spending unneeded money on shit that doesn't work, like bleach for the coronavirus. And I'm hoping that you guys are at least telling your family. Anyway, it's just one of those things. I was very sad to see this, but I mean, this is where we're creeping to as a society anyway, right? As like Gmail reads your emails. At first, Google was like, yeah, but we don't, like we don't read it. Like our robots read it. Our computers read it. It's just one of those things that you just do. And everybody was like, oh, well, as long as a human being doesn't read it, I guess you're fine, right? I mean, as long as like old Bobby over here doesn't read your emails, you should be good, and we'll just serve you ads on top of that. Now we don't even question it. Now we're like, yeah, that's what they do. Obviously, they need to make money. It's just, I don't know. It's just crazy how we've eroded that privacy and that trust, and we wind up with shit like this. You get alternative, because it doesn't just stop here, right? I mean, literally anybody can run an ad on Facebook. And nobody's vetting this. Nobody, like, it's just quick transactions. By the time I run a just completely crazy ad, it's too late. You show it once, all it takes is one person to die. People will be selling horse testicles up here and telling you that they cure you of cancer, or worse. Well, is there anything worse than cancer? AIDS? I guess I think technically AIDS is worse than cancer because there's actually no cure, but some people do get cured of cancer. I mean, they're both horrific, but I don't know. The thought that this is going on is insane. The United States really needs to get their shit together. It's just insane to think that this is the world we live in. We can do so much better than this. Anyway, Facebook taps into your microphone. Some guy kept repeating dog, dog, dog. Oh, Jesus, dude. Yeah, that's something I always do to help myself is I always turn off my mics. I always cover my cameras, and I don't leave anything like I don't have Facebook on my phone. I have Messenger, which is just as bad. I mean, I'll admit it, but I don't have the Facebook ad or app, not ad. I don't know. There's no. We live in such a world, right? You can either choose to be a part of it or not. It's insane. Saturday, Walt Disney opened. Good. Let me say, as soon as you open up a fresh Facebook account, you'll get recommended friends for your life. Oh yeah, dude, it's awful. Facebook is terrible. I don't really post on Facebook. I don't buy it. I would never click on a Facebook ad. Even if it's something I wanted, I would open up a new tab and Google search it. I would never ever click on an ad. I don't. I don't. I'm terrible at that. I will not click on an ad because I trust nothing. That's how I live my life. Trust nothing, boys. It's just that. It's just that easy. So for those of you that aren't following, let me just open this up for you here. Let's go. Coronavirus numbers. All right. Let's because this will give me a backdrop here of what we're looking at. Let's bring this up a little bit. Daily change. Let's change it from beautiful New Hampshire and let's go to Florida because that's what we're going to be talking about. Florida. All right, here we go. So daily change, and this is how many cases, new cases each day. Florida last reported on July 12th, so that was yesterday. 15,300 new cases of the coronas. Now, this isn't like it's new, like we knew this was going up. I mean, you could pretty much tell right about June 13th. So you're looking at pretty much a month. From June 13th to July 12th, 29 days. Your numbers are spiking. There's no like I mean, there was a couple dips here, but nothing that would make you go, it's probably safe right now. Right? There's no long-term like downhill, right? If you look at this, there's no indication, there's no justification that this should be on a downward trend, right? Yet Walt Disney opens on Saturday. Let's flip this from my beautiful state down to Florida. Okay. Look at this. Look at their total confirmed numbers. Over 250,000 people have the coronavirus. Confirmed cases, right? New York, though, let's look at New York. New York has a much tighter population. Remember, there's like 8 to 10 million people that live in New York City alone. Just in New York City. And it's tiny. Yes, the United States hit 1% of its population with coronavirus. But let's look at this. So Florida, 4,000 deaths. Let's look at New York. Where is New York? 406. Let's look at this up here though. All right, New York. Let's bring it up in comparison. I think this is actually a good way to do it, right? New York, boom. Now look, this is the difference. New York had the massive outbreak, and they did something. They did something. On this, so their last report was July 11th. 677 cases. Do you see something? One took action, and the other decided to ignore it completely. Even to right now, has 100,000 more infections than the whole of Germany. Yeah, it's unbelievable. And the governor insists on not closing. He insists on opening up as much as he can. This is the difference. While New York does have a much larger confirmed case and a huge death population, this in California. This was the U.S. learning about the virus and our complete failure of a federal government helping and intervening during this period. This lies on Donald J. Trump's head completely and utterly. The United States is over 137,000 deaths. I hope that this is never forgotten. East Villagers went out to yell at people, right? It's nuts. It's nuts. Like people, just the difference in thought is crazy. It's amazing to me that out of 137,000 deaths, the entire world has had just shy of 600,000 deaths, 571,000. Literally, we make up over a sixth of that. One country with 380 or 350 million people. This is going to be a stain in our history books for a very long time. I think the United States will not recover in my lifetime. This is a lot to take in. So anyway, it leads me into this. I wanted to show those numbers. And you guys haven't recovered from the last one? No. No, we are in a recession. The United States right now is in a recession, and we are on the border of an actual depression. I would say in the coming months, the next month or two, we will see the United States actually slip into the depression for the first time since 1930, the Great Depression of 1929. I assume. I don't know when that ended. I know the beginning. It ended. So we will enter a depression for the first time since 1936. And let it be noted that it is at the hands of a Republican-controlled Senate and a Republican president again. George Bush sent us into 2008's depression or recession with the housing bubble, war. Ronald Reagan did not help us over a course of 30, 40 years. His trickle-down economic plan just did nothing but hurt the middle class and the those underneath that. Republicans are not good. There's no financial fiscal. It's just a bunch of people that want to keep things for themselves. It's just a bunch of selfish people. That's who the Republicans are. They don't care about your neighbor. They only care about themselves. Anyway. This is how we got this news article right there. Walt Disney opens on Saturday during the largest fucking spike in the world. They think this is the best time. All right, let's go, Mickey. Get out there. Let's make $1. Do you know how many people are going to die because of this? I said it earlier, and I'll say it again. I hope that everybody that gets sick sues Walt Disney until there is no more Disney. No more Disney Plus. No more parks. No more shitty attitude towards the rest of us. Walt Disney is a bad company. It was a great company at one time, and it lost its ways. It's a greedy company that has a child face on it to make it seem like it's a good thing. Because they tell stories about Cinderella. These are bad people. This is a bad company. I will never, ever go to Walt Disney. I never brought my kids. I never will. I will never give Disney $1. I would pirate their movies before I ever paid for them. No, I wouldn't even do that. Like, with one exception, it was Marvel movies. I do watch Marvel movies, so it sucks. I just want to see Iron Man. But beyond that, I will not. I won't go any further than that. Trump said he was going to shrink the government, and he didn't do... no, he didn't do anything. He kept zero campaign promises. He made it worse. He made it sloppy. It's bad. To be honest, I feel sorry for you guys because every side is so right. You can go extreme left and be completely, that's where your cancel culture is. That's where your political correctness is, right? Then you can go extreme right. That's where they're mailing you pipe bombs because, you believe in abortion. Listen, the U.S. is a mess. It would be hard for me to honestly say that I'm proud of being American when to the rest of the world we just look like a bunch of jerk-offs that doesn't have our shit together. I don't know how people can be so greedy. I don't know what made us Americans drive so much to put a dollar or a price on something, on everything. Literally, you can't even get water anymore without having to pay for it. It's greed, man. It's pure greed. We don't want to pay people living wages. We don't want to give them health care. We don't even want to cut somebody a break. This is a rough country to live in, I will say that. Can't afford to have such a large army with an economy like that. No, we're turning into North Korea in a lot of ways as far as that goes. Not the other stuff. As far as that goes, North Korea puts something like 80% of their GDP into their military. They have the largest standing army of any nation, or the third largest army. It's enormous because they conscript everybody into it and they put all their money into it. They'll let their citizens starve if it means that their army can be a little bit stronger. Now, listen, we're still a far cry from that in the U.S., but that's the direction that if you go long enough in this way. When I was in, I can remember the largest military budget the last time I was in. It was something like $575 billion. Donald Trump comes into office and he increases it by $200 billion. Then he does tax cut from the rich. He betrays his country. And then he keeps doing that. All right, let's not make it about that. But these are the decisions, right? If you take all of this knowledge and you look and you just open up your eyes and you just read and you see what people do instead of just hearsay. When people say, hey, isn't this the case? I'd be like, I don't know. Let me look it up so I can validate your claim. But these are the ideas that lead to more dead Americans, to poor Americans. I don't have it up, but we're going to... Here, hold on one second. I will transition to it because this is... I would at least like the image up when I'm talking about it. Where's... let's see. Is it here? Let's see. Where are you? While we're on the topic of Donald Trump, I want to find him wearing the mask in the hospital. All right, let's go. Donald Trump mask. Here we go. All right, there it is. We'll bring this one up. This guy right here. Hey, Mashi, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you, man. Let's. I hate websites that do that too. Dude, can you give me a minute to see if your website's worth subscribing to? This is what happens when you elect celebrities and not politicians, right? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. All right. Let me talk about Trump wearing a mask because there's a lot here. We have to ask why. Why now? Why did he wait until there was 137,000 dead Americans on his hands? I hold him responsible for those deaths. Had he even cared a little bit and tried to intervene, we'd have a very different story. I would say, you know what? He did the best he could, and this thing is just too tough. but he chose to call it a hoax. He chose to convince his followers that masks were weak. There was a veteran, 37 years old, Richard Rose. He died of the coronavirus on July 4th, America's Independence Day. 2 weeks before that, he was fine. He was being racist on Facebook and Twitter. There's a video out there on Twitter. Anyway, I won't play it. But where, he's just talking about Black Lives Matter. He talks about, how crazy people are about this coronavirus. It's not even real. Like, he's just basically dismissing it. He was taking all his talking points from his commander-in-chief, Donald Trump. He was an Iraq war veteran. He survived the Iraq war. And he died from the coronavirus because he didn't want to wear a mask. He felt his constitutional rights were being invaded. And he died as a result. And there's a lot of people that have died because of that. And I think there's a lot of things to unpack, and we're probably going to be on this for a good 20 minutes. Donald Trump is also the commander-in-chief. I was in the military for 20 years, 6 months, 1 day. I would say that the military skews more Democratic than Republican. However, it has a healthy amount of Republicans. The military is huge. It's 1.4 million Americans in the military. Maybe not all of them are Americans. We do have non-citizens serving in some capacity in the military, but for the most part, they're Americans. And when you go into the military, you go to basic training. They break you down. They break you down so you can take orders and without questioning them, right? Now, I was in the Air Force. In the Air Force, we tend to question things a little bit more. We only take the smartest of the smart, right? But there's still dumb people in there. Don't get me wrong. But you have to have higher scores on the ASVAB to enter into the Air Force, is my point. Therefore, we have some critical thinkers. But in other branches like the Army, Navy, they'll take lower scores. They will allow you to come on in and do your thing. And so anyway, these guys are susceptible to messaging. Subliminal messaging, direct messaging, psychological warfare, all this. These are guys that are going to take direction from the commander-in-chief no matter what. But more if he relates to them. So a lot of these guys are Republican. They're military vets. They've been through the war. They look up to whoever's in the commander-in-chief seat, and they take the lead. They like orders. I'm not one of those. I actually always ask why. I was actually probably a really bad airman, just in that regard. But when you're in the Marines or you're in the Army, you don't have time for somebody to ask you, why are we doing that? The gunny sergeant just needs you to go and take that hill. He doesn't have time to explain to you why we're going to go take that hill. We just need to go and take it. And these people come back from the war and they see that, a mask makes them look like a pussy, because that's what this guy said. This guy, I don't wear a mask. It makes you weak. It's not real. I have this thing under control. America does not have a coronavirus problem. The worst part is, the first time he wears a mask, it's to go to the Walter Reed Military Hospital. There's 2 reasons that I could think of that he would wear this mask. Maybe 3. So the first one is himself, because he doesn't give a shit about anybody else. Donald Trump is only about Donald Trump. He has proven that through his actions. So this guy right here potentially could have coronavirus, but he still needs to make an appearance. And maybe he's afraid if he goes in there with coronavirus and gives it to these guys, he will lose whatever shred of military support he enjoys today, which is not much. two, he's trying to slow the blow of this, and his campaign has advised him that he needs to do this if he wants to have any hope at re-election. Those are the only two, because he doesn't care about anybody but himself. So the mask is for somebody else, right? You're wearing a mask to prevent somebody else from getting sick. He doesn't care about that. He doesn't care about that at all. Unless he's scared because he's seen all these other world leaders, like Brazil's world leader catching coronavirus. But all right, that's not the point. That's just one point. Do you give him credit for it? After he lets 137,000 Americans die, do you give him positive credit for wearing a mask? I guess to some degree, he's too stupid to not do it, right? What I mean by that is, if he maybe he has a chance of changing some minds. Maybe they'll wear a mask finally, and this will help us get through this. But I want to note that I really hope that for the rest of America's existence, that this guy is in every single history book as the monster that he is. That he allowed, by the time this is over, I bet you there'll be 500,000 Americans dead. And he allowed that. And I want his kids and every descendant of his to be reminded of how bad this guy was. I want them to change their name just like all of Hitler's family. This is deja vu. Did we see this picture before? Is this a fake picture? Didn't somebody Photoshop him in a mask like this? Man, I feel like we did that a few months ago. Shit's crazy, man. Mashi. Sounds good. I love pizza. Nice to have you here, man. Sorry. I'm once I get riffing, man, I just go until I catch up. And he wants to go to 2020 under the parole of, yeah. The thought that Keep America Great, like he did something, he's accomplished nothing but pain and suffering for the last 4 years. To think that he puts on a mask and he should get good press. He allowed almost 50 9/11s in 4 months under his leadership, or very much so, the lack of. He sees a problem and he hides. He hides on the golf course. I make no bones about it. This man is a real traitor. And that's not hyperbole. I believe that he committed treason for the first time in public on global news in Helsinki with his speech or whatever with Putin. When that happened, he committed treason. During his 4 years, him and all the Republican senators have committed treason. They have aided, they have given comfort, they have supported, they have helped, all those words and many more, to the enemy. We are still considering Russia as an enemy state. They have been at war with us. A Cold War has never stopped. They are not friends. Maybe the Russian people are, but the Russian government is not. And almost on a daily basis, he gives them comfort and aid. And they give that back to him in money. This man is a danger to us all. And not just in the U.S. He is destroying every single bridge we have created with our allies. To think that a German soldier would look at me less today if I was still in uniform because of this man. I didn't change my morals. I'm still an American. But I'm stuck underneath a repressive system. I'm not being repressed, don't get me wrong. But I am in no position to do anything about this except the most powerful thing I can do, and that's vote. But unfortunately, I can only do that every 4 years. That's it. Every 4 years, I get one shot at making my vote count, and I don't know if it will or not. Most Americans are powerless against this. The rich has taken, they've taken everything. Regular Americans don't have the power. Hey, look at this vagina neck. Look at this. He's got a serious, like, turkey collar. Man, that thing looks like you could almost penetrate that thing. Is it wet? Hold on. Is this thing wet? Let me look at that thing real quick. Am I going to get banned from Twitch for putting up vaginas? Oh, no. This is not good. Oh, guys, I need to switch my news article. I did not realize his neck looked like a giant vagina. I had no idea. I'm so sorry, guys. I just had a break from farming, so I thought I'd pop in and see if Gary is getting. Actually, I haven't seen Gary today. I hope he's all right. You also, yeah, he's a farmer, dude, in Path of Exile. A vaggie on a vaggie, yeah, it's a double, dude. It's a double vag. Wow. I'm so glad that he has that. He seems like the right guy to have that. It's absolutely insane. I can't believe. I'm sorry. I did not mean to go this hard in my politics. But I'm passionate. I do love my country, and I'm sad to see it turn into the state that it's in. Excuse me, that was actually pretty good. I'd give that probably a 7 out of 10. I could have gone deeper with that one, though. That's how the Senate works. Yeah, the Senate is another mess. I'm watching politics very closely in this country. I read it daily, all the time. Like I am very up to speed with what's going on. Whoever gives more money wins. Yeah, basically. Like if we don't get money out of politics, I don't know where this thing goes. Because we're already here. How much worse does this get? Literally, I hope every single Democrat votes in November. We need to fix our country. We need to fix it pretty bad. All right. Can we talk about something happy? Let's see if we can find. Let me see. Let's go. Let me see. There was something I wanted to cover with you guys. Well, let me ask you guys, what's the biggest deal for you guys right now? Like what's in your world? Business and politics are the same thing. In most cases, it really is. Honestly, they both share the same agenda in many ways. Hey, do you guys want to see where I used to work? Yeah, I used to work here. Hold on. Ooh! All right. Let me show you guys where I worked. All right, wait a minute. Is there not a picture of it? Hold on. So you come in, but you have to go up. So I've worked in all these telescopes here. All three of these telescopes. That's my... Dude, pizza sounds so good right now. I'm actually pretty hungry. And Joe Biden comes with his dementia, and they're making Oblivion. Now, so that's actually a really good topic. Let's go back there just for a second, because Biden is a pretty easy target, and I'm a huge Bernie fan. I voted for Bernie. I'm not a Biden fan. I served in the military for the 8 years that Biden was the vice president. He did nothing for us at all. Not in a good sense, by any means. I'm actually a little bit more hopeful for Biden, and let me explain why. Elizabeth Warren wrote his economic plan. That's a really positive thing. Bernie Sanders has basically been Biden's right-hand man. Like, Biden has already changed several of his platform standings because of that influence. And bro, very few politicians did good for you. Yeah, none of them did. Bill Clinton was garbage. George W. Bush was garbage. Obama, he did more good than bad. I don't agree with a lot of the things he did. That's the best I can offer right there. Like, it could have been worse. I can tell you that. All right, hey, let me show you guys this. See this building, this square building right here? I had to stand on it at 2 a.m. when the lasers would go out. And I'd have to make sure that we wouldn't hit like the surrounding airport or helicopters flying around in the middle of the night. So I was a safety guy. So I'd either have to come up here. This is a really cool building, by the way. It's all glass on all sides. There's nothing out here. It is just miles of flat desert. It is crazy. Rubik's Cube building, how many times did you solve it? Probably about 12. 12 times. Shit was crazy, man. I worked, so you can't see where I worked, but on this side of the hill, if you come down, I worked in a trailer down there. But yeah, these beams were so surreal. So while I was standing on top of this Rubik's Cube building here, these lasers would go out, and you would, I swear to God, they looked, I've never seen it. They look like glow sticks. Like you could reach out and hang on them. If you grab them, I mean, obviously they basically disintegrate you as much power that's coming out of there. There's so much power in those. And these lasers are just cameras. They take pictures of galaxies. They're all shot into space, and they take images of new galaxies and stuff like that. So we'd find like binary stars and stuff like that. Good morning to you too. Good morning to you too. I'm just riffing right now. We're not in an article or anything. I just want to show you guys, like, this is where I worked in 2010 and 2012. It's pretty cool. This is the Starfire Optical Range. It's in Albuquerque, New Mexico at Kirtland Air Force Base. Pretty dope. There was only 10 enlisted people there, and I was one of them. I like space too. But right now, what's the hottest story for you? What is moving you right now? Do you guys have? And is there anybody like struggling with a topic? Is there anything you guys want to talk about? How long have we been streaming? About an hour. Not bad. I did an hour on YouTube before this one. I did 1 hour there, and then I said I was going to do between 1 and 2 hours here. I just want to talk about different things. Oh man, there's a lot of goodness out there. Not everything has to be depressing. You know what I mean? Not everything needs to be depressing. Let's see what's going on in the world. World news. Super rich calling for higher taxes. That's been happening for a long time, but they're not trying to hear that. Politicians don't want to pay. They're also in the 1%, bastards. Anyway, if you guys just joining me, this is my morning podcast. I'll be doing this from now on. I won't be doing any gaming. Today is supposed to be my off day. I'm doing 2 additional streams today. And tomorrow starts my normal day of the week. I usually stream Tuesday through Friday, and we usually go for about 5 hours each day. That's not bad. They're in the 1% of the 1%. Oh yeah, they're up there for sure. So it's not like they're going to change the laws and start taxing themselves. We just watched them give themselves $1.5 trillion in tax cuts. To think that the super rich are going to call for higher taxes like Bill Gates and whoever else, right? And they're going to get those? No, they're not. Do you know that if you're super rich, you can literally just write a check to the US Treasury and donate to it? But the problem is it's all voluntary. You need it across the board. Obviously, we need it. It's just not going to happen. I mean, maybe if we change our Senate and our police, our White House. All right, let's see what's going on in the world. Woman infects 71 people after one Lyft trip. Jesus Christ. I hope she goes to prison. If she knew about it, I hope she goes to prison. Almost 90% still have at least one symptom long after the virus is gone. It's scary. I read about a 23-year-old that's still, after like 3 months of recovery, still can't smell and still can't taste anything. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine for the rest of your life that you could do neither of those things? What would you enjoy? Bill Gates literally said he wants the world population to drop to 1 billion. Let's see. Population growth. I've never heard him say that. Hold on. Let's see what this quote says. I saw an article about a girl who has no pain sensors, so she literally feels no pain. And she probably feels no intimacy as well. That would be, oh my God, could you imagine? Let's see. Is there anything here that says, I mean, he's trying to vaccinate the world. I would be hard-pressed to believe that he thinks the world should be down to 1 billion people. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm going to need a source on that one, though. I read news daily several times. I would remember that kind of statement. If anything, he's been warning us. I'm not sure if I've seen that. So I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying that I do not have a resource to back that up. But I will look it up. Let me see. Oh, here's Snopes. Okay, hold on one second. Let's see this. Let's see. That's such a bad thing. Yeah, man. Could you imagine? Dude, I couldn't imagine getting coronavirus, losing the sense of touch or pain or whatever it is. My wife, touching me, or even having, doing the naughty, and I couldn't feel it. Could you imagine that for the rest of your life? No, I wouldn't want that. Let's see. Did Bill Gates tell George magazine that an overpopulated planet would fall to a lung-attacking virus? Oh, this is whether he predicted it. Misattributed. Okay, so it's not from him, it's somebody else. I don't see anything with the population control, though. But listen, Commie Pickle, seriously? If that's real and you can give me a legit source, please do. I'd like to know. Oh, hold on one second. Let me permit you. Sorry about that. Permit. Okay. Can you? Oh, whoa. Shit. I might have links off. Oh, I hate that. Can you put a link there or no? God damn it. Can you take out the .com and just post the URL, and then I'll copy and put the .com? Sorry, man. I need to fix this. Nah, it's okay, man. All right. Sorry about that, dude. I wish life was easier. Anyway, I think that was worth at least investigating. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't like to say that he's wrong, but I definitely enjoy facts. Does that work? No. Damn it. Hey, are you in the Discord by chance? Could you link that to me in Discord? And then I'll bring it up and we'll discuss it. Of course, it is a shame. I'm sorry, man. I had just when I first started streaming, dude. I had so many spammers, and they would just come in and just link, and it was running me down, man. I was like, you know what, this isn't worth it. I mean, overpopulation is a growing problem. It would make sense. So that's a debate that a lot of people are having, right? And as we become educated, that population control goes down. What I mean, I'm probably not phrasing it right. What I mean by is like, look at Japan. Japan is a very educated society, and their birth rates are through the floor. You know, as countries become more middle class, more education, less poverty, less controlled by religion, less, you know, when a society advances, population usually stabilizes or even declines. And yeah, their population is decreasing at a rapid rate. Where you can take another country like the Philippines that has still full control by the church. The government doesn't teach sex education as much as they should. There's a lot wrong there, right? And their population is booming. And they can't even control it. I think that the earth is sustainable. Even to the tune of 10, 15 billion people. My country is so huge. And there's giant areas that are just empty. Wyoming has like one person for every 500 square miles. The problem is we're putting all our money into cattle raising. We're putting all our money into the things that hurt us. And if we could just realign some of the things, I think sustainability is there. But climate control, or climate change is what's going to really screw us. When we can't farm to feed everybody, when the floods are too bad, when the droughts are too real, like that's what's going to kill us. That is what's not sustainable through population control. The UN predicts that the population will decrease from 2060. I agree with that, and I think I have seen that forecast. Katie, what's going on? Welcome. India is one of the most overpopulated places too, that and China. But China is also a huge country, and they still have room for growth. The problem is proper leadership, the proper nutrition, the proper everything. But unfortunately, profits are getting in the way of human survivability and moving our race forward, you know? I've never even eaten beef. I have. I've eaten a lot of beef. I'm guilty of that. India is around 50 million behind in the size difference. Yeah, they're pretty close, right? I mean, they both have enormous markets, enormous populations. It is amazing. But here in the U.S., our country, like my country, is enormous. Literally, you can get into a plane and go from the tip of Maine to the coast of California, flying at 500 miles an hour in a plane, and it's still going to take you 6 hours to get there. For reference, just so you guys understand how big that is. To fly from Los Angeles International Airport to Seoul, Korea, takes 9.5 hours. Think about that. The United States is huge. To fly from the top of South Korea to the bottom of South Korea, going 500 miles an hour, takes 30 minutes. Very small country. The world's fifth, well, I think it might be the sixth now because of California, sixth largest economy in the world. Think about that one too. Think about that one. They have the highest share of technology. I mean, it's just it's crazy. It's there's so much to think about. In 2012, I had gigabit internet fiber directly piped into my apartment in South Korea with 200 channels of TV. I couldn't watch any because it's all in Korean except 5 channels. One was Fox News, and I'm not watching that. $35. $35, no data cap. None whatsoever. You know why? Because electrons and internet bits don't, it's not like a commodity like water. Data caps are so dumb. I have an IT background in networking and long haul communications, RF transmissions, fiber optic, copper. I do it all. Did it all. I don't do it all anymore. And I can tell you that it costs your company no additional money to transmit data. They're going to be up and running 24/7 anyway. It doesn't cost more to switch more data. I mean, except buying the module that allows the switching to happen, but they already have it. The difference whether you download a terabyte of data or a gigabyte of data is irrelevant in the grand scheme of things as far as bits go. It's crazy. Me and the boys waiting for the eventual downfall of society. We're here together. Boom! It's coming. South Korea has a big problem with treatment of disabled people. Now listen, their culture can be pretty toxic as well. And you're right about disabled people. Their orphanages are pretty disgusting as well. I'm not saying that they're a perfect society. They certainly have their problems. They certainly have racism towards foreigners. The older Koreans will spit on you. If they know that you're an American walking by, some will spit on you. Some will call you some really nasty names. I've had unpleasant situations in South Korea for sure. Better hold your money in your pocket because they're going into a recession, boys. Oh, no, Quartz. We're not going into a recession, buddy. We're going into a depression. It's going to be significantly worse. We're going into a depression, boys. Everybody buckle up. Save all your monies. Guys, I got to pee real bad. You guys mind giving me like 5 minutes here? If you guys, yeah, I would definitely invest in gold right now. If you guys give me like 2 minutes, I'm going to go pee. I'm going to get a fresh glass of tea. And I will give you at least another 30 to 45 minutes of podcast, all right? All right. We're getting back into this. Guys, if I didn't say it earlier, I just want to say thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. Whew, I'm a little bit cold. I got the air conditioner on. All right, what are we going to do here? I forgot what we were actually talking about, but we're going to move on anyway. We are going to move on. This is what I wanted to talk about right here. I know we've been talking a lot about COVID, but I almost feel like I need to. It's such a huge deal right now in so many different aspects. It's hard not to talk about this. I take a little bit of blood pressure medicine. Not much. It's the smallest dose you could possibly take. And then I read this the other night that they actually think the coronavirus is a blood virus and it's not what they thought it was because it's causing blood clots. I'm not going to stay in this article. I just want to show that to you guys if you guys weren't familiar with that one. Oh, man. Last Friday, Roger Stone got his sentence commuted. As corrupt as it could be. I hope New York puts him in prison. I'm just so tired of these assholes winning. Because it's the bad people winning. That's who's doing all the winning. Feels super bad. Let's go to technology. Let's see what's happening over there in technology. I'm just going to cover a few more things. I'm going to try to go for about another 30 minutes. If there's anything in particular you guys want to discuss, you're welcome to bring it up as we go through here. Biden FCC would restore net neutrality rules. Fuck, that's what we need. We need more municipal broadband for sure. I think municipal broadband would be such a good thing. Like if I've been asking my town to do it. I've been writing on like their Facebook and stuff like, hey, we need to do municipal broadband. I would work there. I would help them develop their network if they needed any help. If they needed any kind of input, I would love to be a part of this. Bro, I remember EduPie and net neutrality back in 2017. Oh, I've never forgotten it. I've never forgotten it. I'm really hoping that people go out and vote in November. I really, really do. Cord cutting options are getting closer to cable TV prices. Now, I cut the cord in 2008, and I've never looked back. I could give a shit less about TV. I don't watch TV. I don't have a favorite show. I mean, Battlestar Galactica, but that's about it. And I pay $125 a month for internet. There's no reason for that. They're just trying to make up their monies, you know, and that's the crazy part. Yeah, but cut the cord. Get rid of that stuff if you can, unless you really need to see like the Price is Right or something like that. I don't know. I actually haven't been really. I used to read the technology section in Reddit a long time ago, almost daily. So technology was one of the default subreddits that, it's not up here, that go across the top. And then they actually got removed because of a bunch of like bad stuff was going on in the subreddit. So the admins removed it from the default subreddits. Shark Tank. Dude, Shark Tank? I only see clips of it on YouTube. Like, the gem... Those rockin' moments when Mark Cuban is being a complete asshole, or that guy Kevin. I don't know. Shark Tank is just as toxic. Shark Tank shows you that if you're rich, you can say whatever you want to somebody struggling with an idea. That's what Shark Tank does. Shark Tank is divisive. It's the rich from the poor, the haves from the have-nots. Look at me. I sound like a neoliberal over here. I'm just saying that, like, I just need, I need to figure this out, how this world works. I wish I could just accept it, right? I like Mark Cuban. He's based. Like, I'm not a Mark Cuban hater. Like, if you were going to at least listen to a rich guy, I guess I would prefer it to be Cuban. But don't think for a moment that he's a good guy. He's at least somewhat relatable. I at least know from business point of views, he's going to do the business thing, right? I don't want him to be my president, though. That's the only thing. Isn't it amazing how all the rich people have a good sense of humor because they have no problems? Yeah, I mean, when you could just laugh about whatever you want because, your yacht is just waiting for you after you're done fucking around over here. It's always a good thing, right? Dude, rich people have everything, man. They got the girls. They got the monies. They got the foods. And they got the health care. Dude, those bastards. They can go with no worries. Yeah, they don't actually have to worry about like who's going to put gas in their car or how they're going to pay this electric bill because, little Johnny wanted air conditioning in the middle of July. Somebody else takes care of almost everything for them. Room is dirty. Oh, don't worry. My maid will be in to clean it. To be honest, I really like him because he owns the Mavs. Right. I mean, listen, he'd probably make some really great decisions for the Mavs. I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but it does not mean I want him to be a politician or anything. I want him to do what Mark Cuban does. I want him to run a successful franchise, a business, a TV show. But I'm not going to idolize him. I'm going to listen to what he has to do. I'm going to say I agree with him, or he's a good guy or he's a bad guy. I'm going to judge him for sure. I'm going to judge him. And I inside do not think Mark Cuban is necessarily a bad human being. I wouldn't say that about a lot of people. But I think I can confidently say Mark Cuban is not a bad guy. Whether I'm correct or not, I don't necessarily have all the evidence in front of me. Just hop the fence to Canada for some free healthcare. Dude, I'm only 3 hours away. If I jump in my car right now and I get on the highway and drive north 3 hours, I will be at the border where they quickly deny me because I'm an American with COVID. Sir, you can't drive to Alaska from here. Oh, man. Gary, I posted it on the Discord, man. Dude, I was totally there. How dare you? I streamed for an hour on YouTube this morning at 10. And then I came over here to Twitch at 11. And we've been streaming for, just over an hour and a half right now. Actually, today's stream was good. This right here is a video that I would rewatch if I liked me and I liked seeing what I do. There was a lot of good commentary on this one. We're not done yet, though. We're still going. And then get put on a waiting list, right? Idolizing people is whack. I agree with that. Like, I can respect people. I can enjoy engaging with them. I can look up to them. But as soon as you put those people on a pedestal, you're just waiting for disappointment at the end of the day. I feel like Alaskans, they are treated like divorced uncle in family gatherings. Well, we treat Puerto Ricans worse. We treat Chamorrans from Guam way worse. But if you want to see us really shit on some people, look at the American Samoas. Listen, the U.S. really knows how to shit on its citizens. Trust me, we're good at it. If I liked me. Hey, whenever somebody says, I don't like you, I always tell them, like, yeah, I know, I barely like me. And? I always sleep if you're not streaming. I'm not supposed to be streaming, Gary. I am not supposed to be. Mondays are off. But I decided I really wanted to talk about a few things this morning. I wanted to try out YouTube streaming so badly. And I did. I did my first hour live on YouTube, and it was so dope. So I didn't see... Oh, feels bad, man. This was a last-minute decision. I swear. Look who's late to the party. Got him. Pew, 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 pew. Want to hear something funny? Of course I do. Dude, look at this one right here. Incredible vinyl-like super SSDs could make hard disk drives obsolete. Holy crap, man. Like, I gotta tell you guys, I am not buying hard drives right now. I need like 50 terabytes of space on my server. And I refuse to buy hard drives for at least the next year until we can get solid state drives in the 10 terabytes and up. Like, once we do that, I'm going to buy 5 of them so I can put them in RAID and put them in my server, transfer all the data to those, and off we go to the races. Discrimination is the third thing. Oh, yeah, dude. We discriminate like nobody's business. Oh, you're a Jew in New York? You want to work here? I don't think so. Or is it what? Man, you're black in America, dude. I didn't know you wanted that house. Dude, you don't qualify for this mortgage. Or is it work? The poor Korean lady that immigrated with her husband 5 years ago. He was in the military, married her, came over. She's at her job. Unfortunately, she's the first one to be let go. Company's downsizing. Don't worry, it's not because you're Asian. Dude, we're good at it as a country. We're the best in the entire world. We know racism. We know discrimination. We know misogyny. We know bigotry. We know a lot of things. We're a lot to look up to, but we're also a lot to learn from. I think that's the best way to put America on that pedestal. I had an alarm set because of last week, but I skipped it. Ooh, snooze. Hey, you guys want to hear some Dorian news? I'm going to update you guys on some Dorian news. So this morning, my wife, she kisses me goodbye before she goes to work at 5:30 in the morning. And she says to me, she's like, you want me to leave the bedroom door closed? And I was like, no, actually leave it open. I don't mind. I wake back up at 6 o'clock and I'm laying in bed and I go to move and I feel this like furry thing on my arm. And I'm like, what the hell? And it's Dorian. He's right on the edge of the bed next to me. And he's just stretched out. And this whole time, he was spooning me. I was the little spoon. We stayed in that position for over 3 hours after that. I didn't get up until 9 o'clock. He was in there the whole time, just spooning me. His little paws, so he likes to sleep on his back. So his little paws were like up in the air and kind of like on his face like this. And he was just having this beautiful dream. What Dorian Yates, Jesus Christ, no. No. Oh my God. Is that any relationship to Amanda Yates? Ooh. So my cat was, for the first time ever, just came up and decided he was going to go to bed with me. And I'm pretty sure he got his back legs underneath the sheets. The dude literally crawled into bed with me. I haven't been snuggled like that in a long time. So I think, needless to say, I think he likes me. I think we've taken our relationship to a different level. I think so. What's this? What? What'd you do? Why'd you set the title? Wasn't the title already set? No. Anyway, this is what I'm doing from now on. I'm doing a morning show. I think 5 hours of gaming right now is not in the cards for my shoulder. I did like 30 minutes, 45 minutes on Path of Exile yesterday, and I had to stop. I had to stop and go lay on the heat pad. I'm slowly leveling my character up, and I'm hoping that if I just baby my shoulder, I'll get back to okay again. Added a number? Oh, you added number 2? All right. Thank you. Gonna go to sleep. Actually, nap, dude. Enjoy that nap. And thank you for hanging out with me so much today, man. I'll be wrapping this up shortly anyway. I've been watching, I watched a 4-hour video with Devin Nash. Oh, hey, hold on. Oh, Kami, if you gotta go, that's cool, dude. I want to show you guys what I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy this for the stream. Roland VR-1HD. I'm planning on purchasing this when I make enough money. So what did I miss? Dude, you missed a lot, actually. Normally, I would say you didn't miss anything. This piece of equipment right here, it's not available just yet. It's about $1,100. When I get this piece of equipment, the new podcast at night is going to happen on a regular basis. I need this because there's a button right here. Can you guys see my little mouse? This button right here is an auto video switcher. So in other words, you talk and the camera automatically switches to you. So it would be no different than like the Joe Rogan podcast. The problem is it costs a lot of money though. That's the bad thing. It costs a lot of money. I think it's worth it though. I think because we could do 2 to 3 hours at night And my daughter, she's 20, and or about to be, and you guys can hear opinions from her as well as mine, and you'll just be able to be. We're gonna go live on Twitch with it, and then we're gonna upload the whole thing to YouTube, and I think it's gonna be amazing. I really think it's gonna be amazing. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. I might call it The Journey, or something like that. I don't know. I have no clue. But it's gonna be epic. I can promise you that. So I found it this weekend. I wanted to share it with you guys. This is the next gear upgrade. I want to add this to my arsenal so bad. But I don't have $1,100 right now. Not for that. Nobody has it. Nobody has it. That's crazy. Why does... what? I don't. They announced it. I thought it was available. Let's see. Shopping. Let me show you guys real quick. All right. So shopping. There it is. $1,095. This one almost $1,200, $1,100. But even if you click it, right? So even if I click this, visit site. And let's see. It's on back order right here. Back order. So it's not available right now. So I can't even buy it at this moment. But I believe, hold on. Where is it? B&H is a little... Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it. Is it Video Guys? No, that's not it either. B&H. Let's go to B&H. They're pretty trustworthy, right? So B&H... back ordered right here. Mid-August, it says, for expected. But this thing is super, super nice. Wow. The image is the same. There. I wouldn't really use the voice changer that much, but you can change these buttons to be anything. If I want to put a laugh track on it, for example, or something. The on-air button is live, so I can literally come down. Everything will be set up. I hit on-air. Boom. I'm in. But I want it for auto switch. This is the whole purpose of wanting it. But I can also add multi-cameras to this. Let me show you guys. Multi-cameras. Look, you get 3 different inputs. 1, 2, and 3 that will auto switch for you. There's so much goodness here. So much. So this is what I'm going to be saving up for. I'm going to use any of the Twitch money that I get is going to go towards this. So I think starting tomorrow, I'm going to set up like a goal on the stream, so everybody knows what I'm saving up for. It's going to be amazing. To waste my entire 4 hours you're watching. Wait. So I only stream for like the first hour is interesting. If you care about politics, dude, I probably didn't talk about anything that you care about. So you didn't miss anything. That would be my guess. That you missed absolutely nothing. I'm still glad you came in and hung out, though. Only 2, yeah. So close, so close. But yeah, I mean, this wasn't meant to be like a long-ass podcast or anything like that. I want to just do a couple hours each day. And like I said, I already did an hour on YouTube. So technically, I've already streamed for like 3 hours for the day. And you can watch the one on YouTube. I mean, it's similar topics, but I wasn't as verbose as I was on Twitch. On Twitch, I went a little bit harder than I did on YouTube. So I'm going to spend the rest of my afternoon. I'm probably going to play some Path of Exile for a little bit. I'm just going to jump on for like 30 minutes before I put the heat pad on my shoulder. I'm just going to run and try to get to like level 75, and then I'll have to go. So the Twitch one is better? Yeah, I think so. I think the Twitch one's better because I was already warmed up. I love streaming on Twitch. I don't really like streaming on YouTube. I just wanted to see like what the difference was. I wanted to see what the workflow was as far as difference. And then I do want to try Facebook Gaming. I realize most of my audience here will not watch me on Facebook Gaming. Yo, Tyler, what's up, dude? Nice to see you. Dude, I'm sorry. This is a shorter stream. I still have like 10 minutes left. I was just telling Gary and them. I streamed for 1 hour live on YouTube at 10 o'clock. And then at 11 o'clock, I went live on Twitch. And we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. And I've been talking about a lot of politics, religion. I was talking about a lot of stuff. Oh, I will say the YouTube live stream has a pretty deep conversation on religion towards the end. So if you want any hot takes from that, I'll probably cut that up later and put it. I'm going to take all these, all these segments from this. I'm going to condense them into like little 10-minute clips, and I'm going to start uploading like videos on my channel, man. Like I'm going to get several hundred clips of me by the end of the year up there. I'm going to go hard on YouTube, I think. I want to build an ice. No, really? Did you see Asoro's build? Is that why? Do it, man. Do it, and I'll run you. I'll run you as much as my shoulder will allow me. But I'm poor, dude. Then you need to be farming, forehead. Let's go. Nice. Will this be an upload? Yes, this will be an upload as well. I'm recording the entire thing to my hard drive right now. Of course, you are poor. You haven't been playing. Yeah, you got to play to get rich, dude. Epic. I think I'm already subbed to you, dude. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Like I said, I did an hour there. I was thinking of like, damn, I wish Tyler was here, dude. We can get stoned together and just talk about some really deep shit. But listen, I'm gonna do this every single day that I normally stream. All right. So like tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. is Tea with Unjacked number 3. Okay, we're doing it Tuesday through Friday from now on. We do 2 to 3 hours of podcasts / talking about different topics and stuff like that. And then I take the stream down. I have lunch. I come back up and we play worms, balloons, whatever it is. Okay, and then we hang out for another 2 or 3 hours. And this device that's on my screen right now, once I own this, once I buy this, me and my daughter will be doing our nightly podcast, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be a great time because the studio will be done up properly. We'll have the right gear. This will allow auto switching, so when I talk to the mic, the camera automatically comes to me. When she speaks on mic, the camera automatically flips to her, and I don't have to have somebody manually hitting a button each time to make sure it looks legit.
It's going to flip to me every time I giggle.
Yeah, probably. No. I think it has to be like long, sustained. Like I'm sure they have filters and stuff like that. But yeah, because if you giggle, right?
Yeah, they're going to see me every time I giggle.
Well, I'm sure the first couple will be a learning event. That's to say the least. I'm sure it will be a learning event. I want to bring you guys as much content as I can. I don't want to overwhelm anybody by any means, but I just believe that I want to push a lot of streams, but I also want to push a lot of like residual content that lives on YouTube that you can go to at any time. And you can just watch a 10-minute clip about, me talking about aliens in another galaxy, or me, talking about what I think about Donald Trump's, latest fiasco. I think those clips are important. Not everybody's going to want to sit down and review a full 2 or 3 hour stream. But I do intend to put all of these up on YouTube as a whole and as segments. Edited segments, of course. So this entire thing, I'll cut it and up it'll go. And live as a full thing over there. Because Twitch only saves these for 2 weeks for me. I'm only an affiliate on Twitch, so after 2 weeks, my VODs fall off, and you can never see my old streams from March or April or May. But if I put them up on YouTube, you would. But I can't play music on them. I can't play music on anything that's going to go to YouTube, sadly. And so during these podcasts, I will not play music. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. We're gonna wrap it up, and then tomorrow I'm gonna come back and we'll do episode 3. I'm looking forward to it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I hope that I've entertained you for 2 hours. Same with Twitch, of course. And I hope that you'll watch more in the future. I stream Tuesday through Friday on Twitch, starting from 10 a.m. all the way to 3 p.m. usually. My name is the same over there. It's unjacked on everywhere pretty much. So until tomorrow or the next episode, I will see you guys. I hope you have a great night, a great day. We've covered a lot of ground here. I hope that you guys will jump on and maybe see what you missed. And we'll be back for tomorrow.
I'll be back soon.
All right. I will see you guys soon. Have a good one. Later, Gators.